Coconut Willie. Who the hell is Coconut Willie? Well, maybe the question we should be asking is, what the hell is Coconut Willie? What's up, gals and pals? It's your boy Vino, and welcome back to 60-Second Cocktails. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna take a little trip down memory lane, and we're gonna learn about and learn how to make a long-forgotten cocktail that many historians like to consider a spiritual predecessor to the Pina Colada. And that cocktail is called Coconut Willie. So make sure you stick around, because we are gonna boogie down. In June of 1937, the Hawaiian Room opened in the basement of the Hotel Lexington in New York City. It was supposed to be a temporary fixture while the hotel tried to figure out how to replace its Silver Grill lounge, which had fallen out of favor from its heyday. Around this time, curiosity about the South Pacific and Polynesian culture had begun to take root in the US. The hotel filled the Hawaiian Room with all kinds of South Pacific decor and even switched to a Polynesian-inspired menu. To help create an authentic experience, talent was brought in from Hawaii to entertain guests, including musicians and hula dancers. This was all complemented with a cocktail menu that featured drinks like the Tiki Lolo, the Polynesian Fire, the Sweet Leilani, and the Jaded Lady. But the drink that stood out from them all was the Coconut Willie. What some historians call the spiritual predecessor to the Pina Colada, the Coconut Willie was served in a coconut and supposedly named after a popular 1940s Hawaiian song. The Coconut Willie was both exotic looking and tasted like a trip to the tropics. In fact, it became so popular and was so well received that legendary food writer James Beard wrote about it in a 1956 article about rum for the magazine House and Garden. In 1966, the Hawaiian Room shut its doors when it was forced to make upgrades for fire protection after a hula dancer's skirt caught fire. The upgrades were deemed too expensive, so they instead decided to close up shop. Unfortunately, along with the Hawaiian Room, the popular Coconut Willie also disappeared into the history books. Why the drink didn't survive beyond the Hawaiian Room, no one is sure, but the rise and extreme popularity of the Puerto Rican invented Pina Colada pretty much left Coconut Willie saying aloha. All right, folks, so there you have it, a little history about our pal Coconut Willie. And let me tell you something, folks, through a little help from Vino and a whole lot of help from you guys, maybe, just maybe, we could bring Coconut Willie back from the dead and back into the spotlight where he belongs. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, folks, let's look at what is in the sauce, all right? The first thing you're gonna need is your coconut shell. Now look, technically, you don't gotta use a coconut shell. You can use a tiki mug, you can use a Dixie cup. I don't care what you use, but at the end of the day, this is the original vintage version of the recipe, all right? Now, in terms of what's actually in the sauce, what's going in nice, we're gonna be using 2 ounces of coconut milk. This stuff is really easy to find. You know, I usually use the Goya brand. I use this when I'm making my coquito, which is, you know, the Puerto Rican eggnog. So 2 ounces of coconut milk, all right? Then we're gonna do 1 ounce of pineapple juice, all right? Now this stuff I always have in the house because Vino loves him some pineapple juice, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna do 3/4 ounce of Jamaican rum. I'm gonna be using Appleton 8. You can use whatever Jamaican rum you have, all right, folks? Then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of light rum. I'm gonna be using Havana Club Puerto Rican rum, but again, whatever light rum you have, bartender's choice, you know what I'm saying? Now, we're also gonna do 1/2 ounce of orange Curacao. I'm gonna be using Pierre Ferrand, but you can do what? Use whatever you've got in stock. All right, then we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, right? Which is, I found this to be a little bit unusual because normally lime juice is the juice you use with your rum spirits in these kind of cocktails, but it calls for lemon, so we're gonna do lemon, all right? 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. There we go, beautiful. Then we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of fine powdered sugar, all right? No simple syrup here. Now, if you wanna use simple syrup, you can, but the original recipe calls for some powdered sugar, all right? So there's that. And then we're gonna take a little bit of crushed ice, all right? Just a little, all right? And we're gonna pour that into the mixer there. And then we're gonna shake that until you don't hear the ice anymore, right, folks? I don't know how long it's gonna take, so just shake until you don't hear it anymore, right? All right, so once you're done with that and you don't hear the ice anymore, we're gonna take that and we're gonna just pour that right into our coconut shell. All right, that looks pretty neat. all right? And then we're gonna fill this up with some crushed ice, all right? So I got my crushed ice here. Let's go ahead and fill this son of a gun up. All right, and once you've finished filling that up, we're just gonna go ahead and garnish that. I'm gonna do a little pineapple fronds and a little dried up pineapple here, dehydrated pineapple. And there we have it, folks. Back from the dead, our man, Coconut Willie. All right, folks, so now that we brought Coconut Willie back from the dead, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to give this bad boy a sippy sip. Let's go ahead and do that. Cheers. Oh, this is delicious. I don't understand how this thing disappeared from the cocktail world. Oh my God, this is so good. This is refreshing. The coconut milk is so good because unlike cream of coconut, it's very sweet and very kind of rich. This is not. It gives you the coconut flavor, but it's got a much lighter kind of nuanced thing going on. The Jamaican rum is really coming through and complemented so well by the pineapple juice. This is a fantastic cocktail, folks. I gotta tell you, vino, hand to God, you gotta try this. And again, you don't need the coconut shell. Just if you got the ingredients, pour these bad boys together and bring back Coconut Willie. You know, have a little seance in your home, at your bar, and bring Coconut Willie back from the dead. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is fantastic. I can't believe I made this at the end of the summer. Next year, I'm gonna make these all summer long. Look, guys, Coconut Willie, back from the dead, courtesy of Vino, 60-second cocktails. If you like this video, please press like, please subscribe, and please share with your family and friends. Remember, sharing is caring, and when life gives you lemons, make yourself a cocktail. Cheers.